think the ability to embrace both conflict, but the overarching structure, at least for my faith families, is joy. People genuinely like to be there. We do things that are fun for us. And that at first we had to sort of do some work around being like, is that too self-centered? But at the end of the day, the joy is very, very contagious. And so we do a lot of fun things, some of them very serious and very somber. Some of them are very silly, don't seem to have much of a point to them whatsoever, other than the fact that we laugh together, we grow together. And I think there's, for many years now, we've not focused on numbers, but we've definitely focused on going deeper. And in our small little faith families, I consider them very much flourishing because the people are getting deeper and stronger and more aware of Christ all the time. And then sometimes they're just silly, and I don't know which was more sacred. I think a thriving congregation looks like something pretty simple. It's a group of people that actually enjoy being together. They like doing stuff. They have a shared purpose. They seem to genuinely enjoy each other's company. And when there's conflict, they don't just sort of pull out. They actually are invested in each other enough to dig into the conflict and see what's even better and stronger on the other side. But overarchingly, it's a group of people you go to, like any kind of group of friends, and recognize that these people like each other. They've found something that they want to share with each other, and it binds them together. And I think that's whatever the numbers are, whatever the denomination is, whatever their structures and their programs or non-programs, whatever all that stuff is. I think if there's just a sense that these people really enjoy each other's company, that is a thriving, flourishing congregation. Hello, I'm James Tyler Robertson, and I contributed the chapter about being a city professor and a country pastor. But to be honest, I can't remember which order it's in. It might be a country pastor and a city professor. But the only way to solve this mystery is for you to buy the book. It's funny, when I was first approached about this chapter, I didn't actually think of myself as bivocational because I am a seminary professor and a minister. But it was thanks to Dr. James Watson I was able to see, I was like, actually, yeah, I am bivocational, obviously. And these two jobs actually have, well, I thought overlapping skill set, actually bring quite a few different skill sets that aren't the same, but also very complementary. And I don't think that's just necessarily about a seminary professor, and we know that that can be any other job that you do outside the church. The main idea of my chapter is that my country churches give me a groundedness, a realness that sometimes you can lose in the academy. Having said that, I also think that the academy, the language, the amount of colleagues and research I get to do brings a lot to my little faith families. So they keep me grounded, and thanks to the seminary, I'm actually able to introduce a lot of my little country church people to some ideas they might not otherwise encounter. I really want to change the definition of successful ministry in Canada, because I really think the idea of somebody just being paid full-time in the church is not only unusual, even though we may not realize that, it actually has some pretty serious drawbacks that being bivocational or multivocational provide a bit of an antidote to. If nothing else, you don't become so out of touch that you can't communicate to the people on Sunday mornings. You can bring in your lived experience from Monday to Saturday. And for me, when I study the scriptures, when I study church history for a big chunk of it, some of the most effective ministry was done by people who spent Monday to Saturday in a whole variety of fields and brought that to their Sunday morning teaching and worship experience.